Um, how do how do how do how do I define art? As an artist myself, for many years I never wanted to call myself that. I felt like that was pretentious. No real artist calls himself an artist. They just are. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, if it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. So stop with that whole I don't label anything. Anyway, so uh how do I define art? It's such a good question. Good lord. Art, anything that is authentically expressed, true to an individual, right? Maybe that's a little redundant, but anything that is expressed that is true to an individual is art. Now, how do you define good art versus shit that ain't very appealing? That's a whole nother fucking story, right? 5, I'll get to your question. How do you define good art? Well, I don't know. I mean, okay. You have to think about composition. How something is composed. There's a whole psychological element behind it, right? So anything can be art as long as it's authentically expressed, in my opinion. Whether it is good is subjective. However, there is a method to the madness, okay? Some people are good at art, good at expressing themselves authentically. They might not be good at doing it at composing it properly because they don't understand the psychology behind it. For instance, let me try something here. Say this is a canvas, right? And if I wanted to make art, for instance, I have art on my walls that I've made. So that piece behind me is one of my pieces. And there's another piece that says, I never make mistake, and then crossed it out because I fucked up on the word mistakes and then wrote mistakes, right? It's this witty fucking thing. Say I tried to make that art without the wit and the psychology behind it, right? I would have written, say I'd just do it like this. I never make mistakes. Period. D. I never make mistakes. Could this be a piece of art? Depends on how it's showcased, right? Like I could make this into a piece of art because I understand how to position and showcase things. Let me rephrase that. I could make this piece of art appealing and good. The more appealing, the better it is, right? You really fucking set me up with this question, Quinn. Most people don't understand that. They think I'm just expressing myself, therefore it is art, and if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck, it's good to me. But the truth is, you know that it's not appealing. Yes, you're being truthful in your expression, but you know that your expression is not appealing. And nobody creates art for themselves necessarily. Just me. No. They express to say something The expression is for themselves. The creation is for the world to do as they please. And if that creation for the world isn't done right, isn't done in an appealing fashion with composition, proper composition and understanding of the psychology that goes behind it, and why certain lines are more appealing than others, and why certain colors are more appealing, and why less is more, and so on and so forth. Sometimes this comes natural to people. Sometimes people try to learn this in school and they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and they still suck ass at it. Some people actually learn it in school. Okay? But the point that I'm trying to make is, if you don't understand how to connect and make something appealing, your art, though it's authentic and it is art, will be limited to whom it reaches. So making art for the sake of, it's just what I do, and if you don't like it, fuck you. No, you're a pretentious asshole when you act that way. That was me, many years. It was because I was refusing to understand that there's more to it than just my fucking expression. And that I had to get over myself and actually learn something about how to make my expression connect. Because at the end of the day, art isn't just about making art. Art is about expression and connection. So that is my half-ass answer on I don't even remember what the fucking question is. What art is. Right? What was the question again? How do you define art?